name is Lisa Croft. I'm the Employment Services Manager here at the Homer Job Center. The Job Center is one of a network of 14 job centers across the state, and we do a wide variety of, offer a wide variety of services for employers and job seekers. I don't have any slides. I'm just going to do kind of a brief overview of what we provide. Currently, we have our website called Alaska Jobs, and we're able to help employers get their jobs listed on there, as well as help job seekers get registered. One of the things that we found is there's a myth that there's no jobs in Homer in the winter, and we've been trying to bust that myth because right now we have over 200 jobs posted from the Nilchik south. So there's still a lot of opportunity in Homer in the winter, and a lot of people seem to not realize that. Last summer, we averaged about 360 job openings, each month. So there was definitely far more demand for jobs than we had job seekers. With COVID, we have seen some changes in the labor market, with some people maybe not engaging. Also, employers, again, for some reason, there's not near as many job seekers as we'd like to see. As far as putting in job orders into the system, what we've also tried to do, and we've seen a big change, is that we're trying to highlight the employers that offer housing. It's actually kind of surprising once we started asking what employers offer housing, and also we're putting in things like, is there retention bonuses, and do you have hiring bonuses? And that has seemed to help a little bit to get some employers a few more employees. As far as employers go, we do testing at the job center. We can do typing tests. We do mechanical inspection tests. Those are tests that, people need to upgrade their occupational licensing. Another service we provide employers is we can help employers, if they have workers that need short-term training, we can in some cases help pay for that training. Some of the more popular occupations, and then we work with the college here too, that we can help pay for training, is we've had a lot of people go into the CNA programs, which then can lead them into other occupations. We've helped pay for CDLs for commercial drivers to help people get into that occupation, and maritime fields, so that covers that. One of the big things that we have coming up as far as working with employers and job seekers is on March 3rd, we're having the College Career and Job Fair. That will be at the campus here in Homer, and it's an opportunity for employers to meet with people. It's also an opportunity for job seekers to meet with employers. What we've decided to do is have a wide range of offerings available so people can have access to financial aid, employers, training opportunities, AvTech, Job Corps, all kinds of resources for people if they're looking for work, if they want to upgrade their skills, and if they just want to come see what other things are available. I wasn't here earlier, but what we're seeing, another reason why people are staying out of the labor market, is the lack of childcare in Homer. So we'll have, and Cynthia can address this, at the job fair, the career fair, we'll have staff from daycare licensing that can answer people's questions about if they want to actually start a daycare in Homer, which hopefully will then help employers because people will have childcare. So, and as far as job seekers go, we have a full computer lab at the job center. Job seekers can come in, they can use those to look for work. We work extensively with people as far as resumes, cover letters, locating work, changing jobs. We have a lot of people who are currently employed who may want to do a different job, upgrade skills, maybe a job that works better with their hours. Better pay, better benefits, those kind of things. So we work extensively with people in that. And this fall, we started going into the schools again. There was a break again, for a couple of years with COVID, we did presentations to about 60 youth, and we were really, really impressed that that many youth showed up on occupations and careers that are available in Homer that are career-type positions. There's a lot of employers in Homer who are willing to take somebody who has limited skills and train them into careers. And we were surprised, A, that we had 60 youth show up. We weren't expecting that. And also, we found that many students graduating from high school, if they're not on the college path, are not aware of even how to begin looking for work. So we've really tried to focus on youth. We found that talking to employers last year, they were really happy with a lot of the youth that they hired. We hear, oh, youth, they're on their phones, they don't know how to show up to work on time and those kind of things, but that's not the feedback we got. We found that employers were able to bring these youth on and train them to do what they wanted to do, and it was pretty successful all the way around. I think that's pretty much all I have. I do have business cards, and that was a pretty short and concise overview of what services we have to offer, but we work extensively with employers. Right now, I think we have about 200 job orders for 50 employers, and we're always looking at better ways to serve the community and the job seekers. So I'm going to pass it over to the college.
I'm Cheryl Seamers. I'm the director at Kenai Peninsula College. This is my second year in that role and also my second time attending this forum. And one of the things that's so great about being here is just hearing what's going on in our local communities, getting connected to the innovations, workforce needs, and how we can make all of our communities healthy places to live, to work, to play, as we heard earlier. So it's so good to connect. As today is often a lot about networking, I made sure to bring others with me today. So I have with me Steve Brewer. He is the director at our Kachemak Bay campus, right here in Homer. And Heidi Graves is our director at the Learning Center at Kenai Peninsula College on our Kenai River campus. So they're going to share a couple slides with me. And again, we have just 5 minutes, so bringing what I consider is just an update from each time that we present here today. I thought I'd bring an update on nursing and CNA because that's in such high demand in our communities. KBC continues to offer its CNA programs on both campuses. We hope we're meeting some of the workforce need. We know both hospitals in both areas are also doing in-house workforce training for CNAs because the need is so great. One of the things KPC is excited about on its CNA program is we often serve high school students who want to be CNAs once they graduate. Our nursing program on the Kenai River campus was on hold for 1 year as we waited for a new nursing instructor, which we have this year. Partnering with Central Peninsula, we were able to bring more potential nurses into that program than we have in the past. So we have a full cohort plus some, so we're really appreciative of the hospital for helping us expand that program offered through UAA. As we all know, that's a great need in both locations. As was mentioned earlier, our process tech and instrumentation programs help provide needed workers on the slope and elsewhere. Noted down below, it's hard to read this, but 89% of process technology instrumentation graduates are hired in Alaska within 1 year. It's a fabulous statistic for our workforce training program, and it is a nationally recognized program. Average annual starting salary around $73. We were one of the highest salary or earning degrees in the system upon graduation. So really good, but what we're also finding is that we have more employers coming to us for graduates than we have graduates right now. So part of it is having you all help us get the word out. In fact, we hear from students, what is process tech? The words we use around that field maybe aren't recognized, but we're going into high schools, we're sharing the word, and we'd love it if you could as well. I'm going to pass to Reed to give an update on some maritime training we're doing at the college.
Great, thanks Cheryl. So maritime training is an example of how KPC is connecting and working direct with industry in a collaborative process. And so we work very closely with Homer Marine Trades. We work with a bunch of industry organizations to offer training that gives people in Homer the skills they need to go to work. So you can see the list of classes we offer. A couple of them are Coast Guard certification courses. Most of these graduates are looking for a change of life and they get jobs. We help students get through the process their paperwork, and they're working in the region. So it's a pretty incredible process. I put a success story here on the side where a student said they were working in a restaurant, didn't have anywhere to go, got involved in this, and got a job, which we always love to hear. We've had over 175 students served in the last, I think, 7 or 8 years. So it's a very popular program. We use instructors here locally that can teach about local waters, and it's just been a very positive program that we're looking to expand, and we're looking to get students in some of those career pathways that maybe fall outside the traditional academic realm.
And when Reed says outside of traditional academic realm, this is offered through our non-credit course offerings. So we have both credit-bearing and non-credit career pathways, which I think is important to students. Our KPC welding program operated out of the Kenai River campus. I always say about this program, we get students in and we can't seem to graduate them because they get jobs before they can graduate, because many of our courses have certifications embedded in them. So you can take a few courses, grab the certifications that you need, and be put into the workforce. So growing program, and we know with increasing infrastructure needs around the state that we're going to keep our eye on this one and keep it growing. I would ask Heidi to share a little bit about our new WIOA programming and our outreach to students.
All right, so we do have 2 WIOA grants, or WIOA grants, to work with the low-skilled adults. Well, adults who are not necessarily on a college track, or not yet on a college track. And one of the grants specifically focuses on academic skills and workforce readiness skills and integrating that with workforce trainings. And then the other grant is meant for young adults, or 16 to 17-year-olds as well, to work with career exploration and GED attainment, and just trying to figure out what to do with your life if you're not going to college, not planning to go to college.
Oh, I guess it's back to me. One of the things that we did want to bring is, the college is reactive in a lot of ways. We get somebody that says, we need this training, how can you help us? Which is great, we love that feedback. But we also try to be proactive. And so we started a program about a year ago, and we started looking at big industries in the region. So, for this area, agriculture is a big one, construction, maritime welding, food service, tourism. Those are kind of the big ones. And so we, this spring, we're piloting a program where we're building a sustainable agriculture program. We've got a high tunnel that's up at the Ketchimek Bay campus, and we're going to start with non-credit classes, but the idea is we're going to bring in those backyard gardeners and people that work in agriculture for a business, and people that have no idea when to put the kelp in the soil. So the hope with this program is that we can reach out to different audiences in different ways. So we'll be offering freebie workshops, we'll be offering non-credit classes. We actually have a series going with Homer Soil and Water, which starts tonight. It's a 13-part lecture series that's hosted at the college to educate people on growing in the South Peninsula. And the really cool thing about this program is it has potential to spread to Seward. It has a potential to spread to Soledad and Kenai. And so we're really excited about this program. We've gotten a bunch of industry feedback and partnership, and I think we heard earlier that this is a huge deal for the Kenai. And so we're hoping that this will be kind of a focus area where the community can have consistent courses to learn about sustainable agriculture in the South Peninsula.
Thanks, Reed and Heidi. Wanted to end just our 5-minute brief presentation by saying, in listening to the lunch discussion today and the roundtable, thinking about our youth in the area and how do we keep them here if they want to be here, if that's their career goal. I thought I'd share with you just an update on our dual enrollment, high school students who are taking courses at the college now. KPC is in the 3rd year of a partnership with KPEDD to launch a middle college. So this is year 3 of middle college. where the district is offering courses through the college for college credit, but it's where the district pays for everything from books to lab fees to the tuition itself. So it's a wonderful, I call it an equitable opportunity for kids in the district to get some early training, sometimes 15, 20 credits before they even graduate. Numbers in that, for fall of 2022, we had 62 students enrolled in over 187 courses. Spring of 23, we're still collecting applications for that. Actually, applications are done, but registration's going on. We've had for many years our Jumpstart program. For fall of 22, we had 131 Jumpstart students. That's where a student may take a course or two. It's funded in part by the family, and the borough is supporting our Jumpstart program with 2/3 of the tuition. So we recognize that that's a wonderful opportunity for Kenai Peninsula students. And I think then just to end, you know, the word that we want to get out to is that KPC is not just a starting place, it's a finishing place. Sometimes students will think, oh, I'll get, you know, a couple of years of my graduation and then I'll go out. One of my goals as director in the 2 years I've been there is to expand our programming for 4-year degrees, to think how do we partner with Anchorage, with Fairbanks, with other places, so that students who start here but want to stay here, they have families, they have connections, they already have jobs, they're active in their careers. How can we both mentor and move them along while they get to stay in place? The phrase used to be place bound. We like to use place committed. Students who are place committed and want to be here, how can we take them to any point they want on their educational journey? So that's been one of our goals. So the college last year held a forum on its campus just to say, here's where we're thinking of going. How can we meet community needs? We're going to hold another one next year. If you are interested in being part of that, our goal in those open forums is to say, what are you doing? What are your workforce needs? Or how can we partner together? Lead holds one on the Kachemak Bay campus as well. I hold one on the Kenai River campus. We'd love to get in touch with you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cynthia West with Healthy and Equitable Communities. It's a grant-funded program through State of Public Health. And I had the opportunity to work with Lisa in a previous position. They do amazing work at our job center. We're very lucky to have them. I have been invited to be part of the Career and Job Fair. We're going to be bringing the state licensing folks down, as well as some really amazing folks from Thread, Alaska. And they will be available to have conversations and chat about some of the things that are available to support child care providers who are licensed with the state. Licensing, I feel, is a good thing beyond being able to tap into a lot of resources federally and state that are coming down right now to help child care providers. It also ensures that we have quality, safe child care. And I'm also really excited about progress that we're making. We've got a long way to go. It's been an issue, lack of child care all over the state, but especially on the Kenai Peninsula prior to COVID. But we have gotten a number of licensed child care spots. In June, we were at 50 spots for children, which really isn't a lot when you think about our population. We've had a child care center, a new licensed home open that takes 8 children. She'd like to expand to a group home. But we're excited about that as well. And we have Rosanna with Garrisol in this building has also been able to get back up to full numbers with help of job service and is expanding again for 10 more children. So that would bring our total up to 100. And we have another really cool forest school that is really close to being licensed, and that will be 22 spots. It's not nearly enough. We're trying to support the child care centers that we have now. Lisa had mentioned, I completely forgot what Lisa had mentioned. Lisa had mentioned businesses being able to say that they had a housing spot. What if you could also say, I can also guarantee you a child care spot? We're looking at ways possibly to combine partnership with child care providers and businesses, and possibly grant funding to throw in there as well, so that you can support the child care providers, help them offer a living wage, which is critically important for unskilled Rosanna went to $18 an hour and $20 and $22 for a skilled childcare provider that has training, and she was able to fill spots with a little bit of work and getting the word out, and is able to expand. But with the grant funding for COVID relief ending, we're really concerned about what's going to happen and how to support those. So it's important now, before that all ends, that we find a way community-wide to support folks. We're doing some things in Valdez. It's really amazing. We've got 8 community coordinators around the state. I'm lucky enough to call Homer home, and I love it here. We've got Raquel in Kenai as well, who's working on the community needs assessment there. And as that ends, we'll be jumping in to help with what your community says you're interested in for childcare. And that's what we're trying to do with Homer as well. Very exciting about the potential right now for a new childcare startup. With licensing, there's through THREAD, there's between $2,000 and $10,000 available. Now that can't be used for renovation or construction of a new site. We have 2 entities here in Homer that are interested in building, if we can help them with funding for that. So there's a lot of potential. It's just a matter of how we can all come together. We'd love to see everybody out at the Career and Job Fair. And we'll have conversations and see how we can change the world.